Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 Plays. My name is Paul James and today we're playing the gorgeous Fledgling Heroes, a game that I was first introduced to at PAX Australia 2018. The team at Subtle Boom just kind of pulled me over at one point and you want to try our mobile game? And I'm very quick to pounce on that. Yes, 100%, let's give it a go, why not? And I discovered that it was a stunning game with a lot of depth as well. Now at the time we knew the game was coming to mobile and was coming to Switch. What we didn't know was that the game was going to be launching on the Apple Arcade, and that's how things played out. And maybe the team themselves didn't even know at that particular point, but that's how things kind of landed. Now, Subtle Boom has created a fantastic looking game here with a lot of depth. We'll get to a lot of those systems shortly, but let's begin. We'll tap on this little door here, this little 10 door. We'll burst through it. We've got these golden feathers that allow us to do that. Unlocks level 2-5, the submerged circuit, as a part of the Pirate Isles. Let's hit play. Now this is I guess in the Tiny Wings sort of mold, it's that tap and hold platforming model that has been quite prolific and been quite successful, but there's so much depth to Fledgling Heroes. The levels that I've encountered up to this point have been wonderfully designed, really carefully designed, and they just work. They play well. It's just all-round brilliance. They've put in a fantastic effort, and I feel like I'm still barely scratching the surface on the title. But anyway, we've got a separate objective up here: glide for 2 seconds, knock out one lizard. What else have we got? Maybe that's it. There we go, glide for 2 seconds, and then of course the gold by completing the level in under 25.782 seconds. Now, you've got to be... Oh, damn it. Yep, so by collecting that little blueprint, I get stuff for the level editor. Yes, the game has a level editor. You can create your own. This is like Little Big Planet and Dreams. Oh, I don't think I can get him yet. No, I think I've got to get him a different way. Oh. So I got to the end of the level. I didn't kind of tick off any of the objectives in the end. 0.6 seconds was the best I got. Knocked out one lizard. Definitely didn't get there in time. We'll restart that level. There's so many little nooks and crannies, and that's one of the great things about this. Like, it pays to repeat play levels. But maybe don't stuff it up badly like I am. We must have gotten close to the 2 seconds there. But I have to wonder how I'm supposed to get to the top. Like, we nearly got there in the time constraint in the end. That's a new high score. It's still not the time required. And I'd imagine I'll get that by passing through the rings. If I get every ring, I'm going to get speed boosts and got the lizard. Good. And the glide just comes from a tap and hold, as you're seeing me do right now. Oh, avoid the sharks. Oh, but don't. Gotta get that timing just right. The obviously I'm chasing particular objectives here as opposed to. Come on. As opposed to the time at the moment. But I feel like I must be getting close to that 3.2 seconds they're talking about. I know it's a long time, but... Alright, let's... Damn, come on. There we go. Certainly didn't get the time objective. But we knocked out a lizard, we're gliding for 2 seconds, we ticked off those objectives. The only thing we've got to do is do it fast enough. We'll come back to that later though. So there's a few different playable protagonists. So we've just seen our little penguin friend. We've also got our little parrot up here. And I'll use some more feathers to get through this particular door, and we'll take him for a spin. Now, there are other characters that I haven't unlocked yet. This is still the first kind of world segment that we're getting to here. Mechanically, works very, very similar. They've got different abilities, but the core mechanics remain the same. So knock out 6 lizards. Let's just quickly check. Oh, just knock out 6 lizards. That's our only extra objective. Oh, I just missed that speed boost, which is what I needed to... Oh. There's a fair degree of difficulty. These kind of tap-based platformers kind of present their own problems. Now we just missed a golden feather there. Ah, and there's a little friend that we need to rescue. We didn't accomplish anything in the end. I actually quite like that new skin though. We're sticking with that. That's cool. So like I said, the game, let's just cough that one up, is currently available via Apple Arcade, and it is coming to the Switch, and I can see it working very, very well. Oh, how are we... We're not getting the speed boost, which is what we need. So you can ricochet when you've got the speed boost there. It's not just instant doom and gloom. If you do happen to... So next time we'll bounce kind of low across the bottom there to make sure we get that gold feather. So we'll finish the level since we got the... We'll attempt to finish the level since we got the gold. And they do have, as you've seen a few times now, that cool little bounce. So you can kind of skip across enemies if need be. That last little bit's going to be tough. So we managed to score one of the gold feathers. We've got our skin. We haven't rescued our little rabbit friend though, so we'll see how we go with that. Alright, here we go. Oh! Nah. I'll make sure I get this right because it still remembers those 3 that I've already gotten. Nope. Come on. Getting the finesse right in such a short space of time is fairly tricky when you're working with these sort of one-touch. No. Now we're doing that again. Oh, I knew, I called it before. Oh. Get out. I knew it before that I was going to stuff it. I was going to get it right, and I was going to stuff it up when I came through those rocks, and that's exactly what happened. Oh no. Oh, got very lucky there. Alright, come on. Alright, we're through. There's the 6 lizards. The only thing we've got left to do is save our little furry friend. So, well, I guess there's that one other feather, but I'm not sure where what that actually comes from. Oh, down the bottom there. Alright, cool. Oh, we've got to go over the top. If I'm not gonna. It is a little generous in the sense that if you get the feather, you've got the feather. It's not like some of the other objectives, whether they're collectibles or whatever, or take out X number of enemies, where if you stuff up along the way, you've got to redo all of them. You are forgiven a little bit for your mistakes, which is good. So now all we've got to do is get our rabbit in a cage. Oh man. So we'll breeze through this opening segment, hopefully. There we go. Oh, and then I stuffed that up. But like the feathers, rabbit is now safe. It's fairly forgiving in that regard, because there are far harder challenges in this game. There we go. That's everything. We've already got the gold feather. That's all those objectives done. Got this cool new skin that I'm totally going to stick with. Level complete. Now that is a little snapshot of the game. At the lab here, that's where you can launch into the level editor. And we can kind of dive into some of these systems here. Level's not quite finished. Peck it away at it together. Now, oh, you can see that there was a code on the bottom there. Feather's a bit hard to reach, so they're giving us a bit of a tutorial on how to kind of move things around. So move it up here instead. You can add other bits and pieces. Drag coin. We'll get all these coins together just to make it a little bit easier. We did see the chest. So you can even see with the level editor, and similar to what you expect, obviously on a far smaller scale, but similar to the things you'd expect from a Dreams or a Little Big Planet, you can see even the trajectory of the fish. So there's nothing in here. We'll try putting something in the chest. A feather. Alright. We'll play. There we go. And that is a quick snapshot of the level editor. So, you can see the different birds. We've got Biscuit and Penny. There's others still to be unlocked. But this is a fantastic, fantastic game. Subtle Boom, you're doing fantastic work. And I'm really looking forward to see how the game transitions over to the Switch at some point in the future. But you, the viewer, if you've enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. All those buttons are down the bottom, and hit that notification bell. That way you're alerted to all the awesome content that can only be found on our YouTube channel. That's Patched, The Insider, Player 2 Plays, like Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. There's some awesome stuff there, so please be sure to go and check it out. Visit the website player2.net.au where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft, links to our podcast series Dev Diary, Patched, and the Player 2 Pixelcast. There's some great podcasts, or give each of them a 5-star review on your preferred podcasting service. It'll help with exposure. We'd really appreciate that. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks. At the lower tiers, you'll get early access to episodes, while at the higher tiers, you'll get monthly episode exclusives. Finally, there's Twitter. You can find me at Paul James Games. The website you'll find at Player2au. And until next time, that has been Fledgling Heroes, a game I'm thoroughly enjoying. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.